Join me as I dive into a head-to-head comparison to see if the 2025 Suzuki A-Cross can really beat the Toyota RAV4 on price. The 2025 Suzuki A-Cross and the Toyota RAV4 are two popular SUVs that have been making waves in the market. Both vehicles have gained a reputation for their reliability, spacious interiors, and impressive features. If you're in the market for a new SUV, chances are you've considered one of these two models. The Suzuki A-Cross and Toyota RAV4 have been going head-to-head in the SUV market, with many buyers comparing the two vehicles. When it comes to purchasing a new SUV, price is often a major factor in the decision-making process. Many people think that the Suzuki A-Cross is a budget-friendly alternative to the Toyota RAV4. Some might assume that Suzuki is trying to undercut Toyota with its pricing strategy. But is that really the case? There's a common misconception that Suzuki vehicles are always cheaper than their Toyota counterparts. This might have been true in the past, but with the latest models, the lines are blurred. The A-Cross and RAV4 are no exception. The question on everyone's mind is whether the Suzuki A-Cross can really compete with the Toyota RAV4 on price. Some might argue that Suzuki's lower price point is due to fewer features and lower quality. But that's not entirely accurate. The A-Cross actually comes with a lot of standard features that are optional on the RAV4. This makes it a compelling option for buyers on a budget. Let's take a closer look at what both vehicles have to offer. The Suzuki A-Cross has a 1.5-liter engine, while the Toyota RAV4 has a 2.5-liter engine. In terms of performance, the RAV4 has more horsepower, but the A-Cross has better fuel economy. The A-Cross has a more modern design, with sleek lines and a bold grille. The RAV4, on the other hand, has a more conservative look. When it comes to interior space, both vehicles have plenty of room for passengers and cargo. The A-Cross has a more affordable starting price, but the RAV4 has more trim options. The RAV4 also has a more comprehensive warranty. In terms of safety features, both vehicles have a 5-star rating. They also have similar features like adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning. The A-Cross has a more user-friendly infotainment system. The RAV4 system can be a bit clunky. When it comes to pricing, the Suzuki A-Cross starts at around $25,000, while the Toyota RAV4 starts at around $28,000. However, as you add more features and options, the price difference starts to shrink. The RAV4 has a more powerful engine, but the A-Cross has better fuel economy. The A-Cross also has a more modern design and a more user-friendly infotainment system. The results might surprise you. The Suzuki A-Cross is indeed cheaper than the Toyota RAV4, but not by as much as you might think. When you factor in all the features and options, the A-Cross is only about $2,000 cheaper. The main difference in price comes down to the trim levels and options. The A-Cross has a more affordable starting price, but the RAV4 has more trim options. The RAV4 has a more comprehensive warranty and more powerful engine. However, the A-Cross has better fuel economy and a more modern design. The decision between the Suzuki A-Cross and the Toyota RAV4 ultimately comes down to your priorities. If you want a more affordable option with good fuel economy, the A-Cross might be the way to go. If you prioritize performance and a more comprehensive warranty, the RAV4 might be the better choice. The Suzuki A-Cross and Toyota RAV4 are both great options in the SUV market. Make sure to do your research and test drive both vehicles before making a decision. Recapping, the Suzuki A-Cross and Toyota RAV4 are two popular SUVs with impressive features. The A-Cross is indeed cheaper than the RAV4, but not by as much as you might think. The main difference in price comes down to the trim levels and options. Ultimately, the decision between the two vehicles comes down to your priorities. So, which one is the better deal? That's up to you to decide. If you have any thoughts on the Suzuki A-Cross and Toyota RAV4, leave them in the comments below. Check out our other video comparing the Honda CR-V and the Subaru Forester.